Good evening. You're watching Fiji Today News here on MyTV. I'm Lavinia Ndiva. Leading tonight's news, there needs to be an urgent need for action by the international community to curb the global growth of non-communicable diseases. That was the message by Prime Minister Commodore Bainimarama in delivering Fiji's statement at the United Nations General Assembly on the occasion of the high-level meeting on the prevention and control of non-communicable diseases.
The Prime Minister said that in the Pacific Islands, NCDs have been declared a crisis requiring urgent action in view of the development and economic implications of NCDs. He elaborated on Fiji's NCD Strategic Plan 2010 to 2014, targeting both prevention and control. Commodore Bainimarama said Fiji's national efforts to tackle NCDs could be enhanced by support from relevant international organizations and partners in the form of technical assistance, transfer of technology, capacity building and access to high-quality generic medicine. The NCD high-level meeting is being held at the United Nations from 19 to 20 September 2011. Fiji's permanent representative to the UN, Ambassador Peter Thompson, chaired this morning's session in his capacity as Vice Chair of the 66th session of the UNGA. Also participating in the two-day UN high-level meeting are the Minister for Health, Dr. Neil Sharma, and Fiji's National Advisor on NCDs, Dr. Isimeli Tukana.
Masala tea, sheep meat and ghee will be totally removed from price control by the Commerce Commission, as the items are not considered essential items and do not need to be under the control. The other item that will also be removed, but only in the wholesale area, is the price of Fiji dairy products. Nemani Turangiviu with this story.
The removal of the items is in line with government's policy to support the local industry. The Attorney General and Minister for Commerce said this is to encourage local producers of various products and various commodities. He adds it will encourage local farmers to get into areas of production where there is enormous potential to meet the demand placed by the market. Recently, more complaints received from dairy farmers indicate that they are not getting the right price on milk. Syed Qayyum highlighted that in order to encourage the supplies of milk into the industry, the price control on wholesale will be removed. He said it will give farmers the ability to get better pricing on milk.
So the consumers will still be protected, but at the same time we have a system or mechanism whereby Fiji Dairy will be able to respond to world fluctuations in pricing for milk.
Syed Qayyum says the Commerce Commission has also been requested to investigate the price structure of animal feed in the country.
The cost structure of the feed is competitive, if it's reasonable, then it makes or encourages farmers to get into that area also, because they know they will get a return on their money. So everybody benefits overall, and we increase our production, whether it be for chicken or whether it be for cows in terms of cattle, or whether it's for dairy purposes. So we've asked them to look at that.
Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Ratu Inoke Kombombola, while in New York to attend the 66th session of the UN General Assembly, participated today in a symposium on international counter-terrorism cooperation. The symposium brought together world leaders discussing economic disparity, political and economic marginalization, poverty, and prolonged unresolved conflicts.
The symposium, hosted by UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, with panelists highlighting crucial effective responses to terrorism. Panelists highlighted that responses to terrorism must be comprehensive, principled and consistent, addressing the root causes of terrorism with a view to encouraging a culture of peace and toleration, and ensuring that the responses do not in themselves create greater resentment that feeds into terrorism. New threats such as those posed by linkages between international organized crime and terrorism and cyber-terrorism were also highlighted as necessary to be incorporated into global and local responses. A number of speakers spoke of the synergy needed between multilateral, regional and national strategies, as well as approaches by private actors and institutions. Responses must be not just in areas of law enforcement, but also through soft power approaches to counter radicalization, including education, to encourage peaceful modernization, and to incorporate a development component. Capacity building for all states to respond to terrorism at all levels, from legislative support to cross-border cooperation and law enforcement, was also highlighted as necessary for success of the global effort.
We'll take a break now. Coming up, U.S. investors looking at investing in Fiji, and Tourism Fiji breaks through with web marketing. All that and more right after the break.